Spear's pretty great. I might actually use this instead of the sword. See ya, Alex. Thanks for hanging out.
Ankle gators don't much care for their young. That's why there ain't many around. Want to know how to find an ankle gator lair? They use a kid as bait. Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. They say if you run across an ankle gator, you better keep running. She's starting to get annoyed. And now he's made her mad.
Oh boy.
Rest in peace, Queen Anne. That was for the brushers.
Or not. I can't get over there. Oh. No. Oh. No. Get the hell out of here.
Kid's done what needed to be done. Queen Anne's reign is over. We even got a crown jewel. All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
Oh, this one. Distillery.
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
Reduce damage from falling. +2 black tonic capacity. Survive an attack that would have brought defeat. Sure. More protection.
Live wine so rich, they say it's brought men back from the brink for one last taste.
Look at this ankle gator egg.
That gator's a crazy gal. But so's the gal who promised to look after her.
Hey, got a little ankle gator now. Oh, follow me around. Extra trick. The wielder weeps to the sky. I'm gonna try that.
It wasn't fixed. It was unbroken.
And let me... Oh. Can't buy anything for the spear.
They said Queen Anne was just a folktale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
Critical hit or faster? No, yeah, take the critical
To
hits.
fix a brusher's pike, you just need a good length of knife bark.
upgrade.
The next shard should be farther out there in the wilds. Know how Caelondia became the richest city in the world? 2 words. Point Lemaine. If the wilds could ever be tamed, it was gonna happen right here. But now, the greatest outpost past the city line is nothing but a freak show. The army's triggers once had the place on lockdown.
What do we got here? Army carbine.
Kid might as well pick up where they left off. Blam, just like my fighting days.
Seems pretty
Gun
good.
like that can even put the wilds in check. Point Lemaine.
Oh, I should have switched out my special. Oh wait, I did. Oh god.
Whole place shudders in a fit. The grand rail of Point Lemaine. Not only is it still there, it still works. Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices, but it can give the kid a lift. Just as long as he can stay clear of the trouble on the tracks. Grand rails all grown over with things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf. Kid don't let so much as one of those things slip by. Not much wiggle room up there near the rail. Lunkheads settled in like they owned the place. Lunkheads ain't known for their grace. Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers coughing fungus everywhere. Only one way to cure a cough like that.
Oh.
Of course, the grand rails seem much more
I'll
fighting
keep the
bygone
carbine.
times. Near on 50 years ago, first shots fired in the Caelondian War. It was right here that Zolf's forefathers decided to mix it up. Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad. The rail must have shook the Ura to the bone down in those dens of theirs. Well, the rail hell won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good run in store for him, though. All the rotten wood there on the rails turned it into swamp weed central. Ever tried dancing side to side while holding your breath? While shooting a genuine registered armored carbine? While choking on swamp weed? While peckers trying to prick you in the eye? Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun. He'll be picking swamp weed out of his boots for days. Turns out he's got company up at the rail station, waiting for him. Not just another wallflower or pincushion.
That's gross.
At first, he thinks it's Zulf. This is for you, says the man. Then wham.
Oh.
When the kid comes to, the man's long gone, but something else is there. The only words the kid recognizes on that parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
Took it all.
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it? It ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place. We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Yeah, nice. Still 2 more weapons to get. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a third upgrade for this whole, for each of these.
Sometimes a brusher's pike just ain't enough. That's what the carbine's for. Zolf's messenger was one of his people. Wondered just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him.
What did you do for food back when you were living on Prosper Bluff?
Finding gourmet ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get.
You read this, it's addressed to
The
you.
note says it plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity, Sincerely, Zulf.
Wow, there's 5 levels to this. Hit damage. Just attacks cause knockback. I'll take the damage.
Don't want that thing leaving your hands until you decide it's time.
Oh, I don't have enough money.
The shards are getting harder to find.
Here it simmers in this unstable area, which once pierced the heart of the world. That's the Colford Cauldron.
Not everything blew up in the Calamity. Why, Colford Cauldron here blew up way ahead of its time. The cauldron boiled over some 300 years ago. They say it filled the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt. So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all survivors too.
I hate these flowers.
As for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. That learning
bellows.
led to some interesting inventions. The raw power of the world fell right into our hands.
I don't know what these fire bellows.
Curiosity, can you?
Oh.
Playing with the cauldron's fires became an addiction. Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here. But we discovered other things we're better off not knowing. Taste the air so
crazy.
hot it sticks to your lungs. All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot. You can cook those things, but you can't eat them. The more ash we swept aside,
Like a nest.
the more life we found. Place as inhospitable as they come.
Fire bellows is bad, actually. Oh god. That was brutal.
But still we pressed on. After all, when we look down inside Colford Cauldron, look down through all the smoke and flames, saw him there, the heart of the world. The heart now laid bare by the calamity. We had to have it. As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Jocelyn Bog. Biggest stink eye he's ever seen's waiting for him on the other side. And where there's one stink eye, there's always more. Pops open on him like a pimple on a school day. The cauldron's tenants all gather up to bid the kid a fond farewell. The kid don't shed any tears for him, though. With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city.
What? Can I go backwards there?
Best to keep out of the cauldron.
How that happens. Yeah, here we go.
But all the fires died out. There's nothing left of it. He comes back looking like the inside of a chimney. The shard works like a charm. You can hear the monument's heartbeat again.
I wonder what expanding the arsenal does. Users are up in the arsenal. The true arsenal grants access to the trapper snare, a powerful secret skill. Oh. Tell me about this pecker nest. Those birds can breed just about anywhere, can't they?
They said the wild could never be tamed. If only they could see us now.
You tell me about the pecker nest.
We're all a little short on friends these
Hey,
days,
a pecker.
so that's a welcome sight.
Discover the lost mementos.
The culture. A still life of old unwanted keepsakes.
Memorial grants access to a variety of new vigils and rights of the environment. Alright, do that.
The memorial may be finished, but our part is far from over. We spotted a pecker carrying a shard to Mount Zan.
Mount Zand is held inside the remains of a holy mountain once filled with flora and fauna.
Can't rightly call Mount Zan a mountain anymore. There's no more mountains now.
I'm gonna go back to the Bastion. I don't want this fire bellows. I want my spear back. Oh, there's nothing started here. Okay. Guess I stick with the trip mines.
The beasts of the wild came down from the mountains. There's no more mountains now.
Oh.
There's no place left for the beasts of the wild to go. Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers. We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard. The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own. Drag their children into this. Best thing we can do for those beasts right now is put them down quick and clean.
Galleon mortar.
Besides, we have to take back what's ours.
Ah,
Even if the beasts of the wilds won't like it. Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win, they win too. Our bastion is everybody's game, not just ours. Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast. Those beasts been hard at work fixing up the place. They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have.
oh,
It's a delicate situation. Maybe they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square.
God, I don't like this. Tell you what. Oops. Didn't need to heal there, but it doesn't matter.
That's the way.
Ooh. Ah,
He's done what's best for him, don't you worry. Don't you worry.
you worry.
We'll all be better off once the bastion is complete. The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection.
Remember that trapper snare.
Pike and a galleon mortar. Now that's some terror from the high seas.
I I do like the mortar. I'm gonna stick with it actually. Well, I don't have anything for the mortar though. Oh, another pointy. Huh, nothing for the mortar. Oh. There we go, something burnt. There's that blast radius, a faster reload. Big blast radius.
That mortar's gonna leave a
Aiming
lasting
speed,
impression.
critical hit chance. Like critical hit chance.
Thought of an old trick from a galleon gunner I once knew.
Oh, I don't have the coin.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
Quarry. Once there were many such treasures in this key source of Celandia's wealth.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Celandia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes a burstone quarry. The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. Same goes for its natives, Rattletails. Rattletails ain't the worst of it either, but more about that in a little bit. The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags smaller than the naked eye can see are nested in those rocks. Not only are these rocks a source of life, but there's even more to it than that. We found that the oldest ones remember things. They're recording everything, all the time, taking it all in. No wonder all those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them. Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails kept tunneling in, snacking windbags. Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Windbags tended to the rocks, so we had to keep the Rattletails at bay. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a fascinating place? The Ura always were a superstitious lot. Might be the gods told them the quarry's bad news. On top of that, you know the Ura hated anything above ground. Might be the quarry just got too much sunshine for their liking.
I wonder what something strange is for.
In any case, it's fair to say the quarry was a godsend. Those rocks, all polished to a mirror sheen. smaller ones, we call them shards. A shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland. Remember how I said rattletails ain't the worst thing in the quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky.
Sir Lunky.
Massive things stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him. The only thing harder than the rocks in Burstone Quarry is Sir Lunky's head. His big fat rum's plenty tough too. So is a kid. You never could get stubborn old Lunky to leave the quarry alone. Then the kid hears a voice calling from down the hall. Are you all right? It says. It's him. I've come to warn you, he says.
What happened back there between you and Rux?
The Bastion is under siege. Let it fall. You should not go back.
I don't think so.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred. If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you. Because my countrymen will.
Can take a few countrymen.
Say what you will about Zulf, but he's a man of his word.
Oh shit.
His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though.
Countrymen.
Too bad for
Like
that.
the Bastion.
Zulf showed him the way here, and here they came to take revenge. They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back. I should have told him sooner about all this. Unfortunately, they broke in,
Missed that.
and they started digging their hole. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away in this place. I tried to stop it. I'll baby pack him. He don't make it.
Nice job, everybody.
Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zulf's plan worked.
Dang.
We find each other as the dust settles. Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the Calamity. It was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out.
Oh shit.
But part of that plan backfired, didn't it?
A little bit.
If only Zolf knew the whole story. We ain't much for pleasantries. The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure. We need to finish what we started. The Mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot.
The true shrine.
Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends. Now all we need is one last shard. The sanctuary. If we can build, we can rebuild.
I finished the Bastion. Maybe this is the last level? Oh, turret surprise. I still don't have something, whatever something wrong is used for. That's weird. Yeah, turret surprise. Yeah, that's what I want. Let's go.
The Ura swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
The Urzundra Gate. Zolf's agents must also want the final shard, knowing it is key to undoing the harm they caused.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is. A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Ura stand as living proof of that.
Oh, what the?
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out. We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me.
What's going
We saw
on?
solutions far beyond the city. Travel near as far as the kids go right now. Most of our efforts didn't bear fruit. Then there was a breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people. It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven. Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
Hello.
This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort. We're lucky to be alive.
How did I miss the weapon?
But Van didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own. He sabotaged the Mansion's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces. Imagine how Van must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger. But remember, the Bastion can fix everything. We just need that shard.
There it is. Got it. Oh.
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off. First things first, though, there's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia.
Wait, they got Zia? When did that happen?
The Ura fell back, no doubt planning the next move, but we knew ours already. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Sultan's Hollow. Zia detected. The Era launched their assault on the Bastion from this outpost. Zia must be here.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. He finds his moment to strike. They never saw him.
Language cannon.
He gets his hands on the care package I sent him. It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
That must be the something wrong. Hurts me.
The Ura found a way to keep the Calamity from spreading through Sultan's Hollow. They got their own security and everything. Pretty fancy. They've got these conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Those rocks are like tumors, the same kind the Ura planted in the Bastion. Break enough of those things and the Calamity rocks slink back into the ground. must be in a panic right about now.
Level 5. I'll keep the calamity cannon.
They even sick their little rattletail pets on the kid.
I think the mortar is better still, but this is pretty much just as good.
Those rodents are just a bump in the road. Kid returns their greeting tenfold. By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow. They're easy targets. Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside. The Ura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther. Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid. They underestimated us. Had us pegged all wrong. Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it. Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over.
Oh, somehow I don't have a RT move equipped. That's dumb. How did I lose my turret? What's going on here? Oh.
Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better. Maybe I should have trusted him. Told him everything I knew.
The country.
Zolf, the Ura, they have every reason to be angry. Beyond angry. As the hour grows desperate, the Ura bring out their big guns. There's nothing standing in its way no more. Way out there on the edge of the world, that's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for the Scout to sing about now. Zia, you weren't kidnapped. No, ma'am. You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people. You had to see if everything Zolf wrote to you was true.
Child's John.
They lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back. I don't need to see what happened to the Ura. I'm trying to undo it, remember?
Oh, I see. I lost it when I switched to the Calamity thing.
Long
Calamity
reach
cannon.
and plenty of power. Now that's a scary combination. Bold brandy is thicker than paint. Makes your skin feel as tough as knife bark. The country, she's all to pieces now, but still looking good. The conscience, we haven't lost everything, long as we have that.
Yeah, something wrong. Upgrades the Calamity cannon. Rockets cause knockback. Rockets will not launch automatically. Interesting. Guess I'll take the knockback.
First step to learning the Calamity Cannon is knowing about the machinery overrides. Gotta make sure the pointy end's fastened on real tight.
Should I keep the cannon or go back to the mortar? I can't decide. I'm gonna try that. Fine, gramophone.
Fix that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier. Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Good. And blast radius. You don't want charge up
Now,
speed.
who would have taught a kid to
Zero
do a
speed
thing
and
like
take
that?
damage. suspension
The
of
city.
fragments.
Its riches, nothing but fragments now. Once the kid gets that last shard from Zolf, it'll all be over.
Yeah, this looks like the last level. I'm gonna do it. The Tazal terminals. Zolf detected. He bides his time within the remains of the Uro's massive underground sprawl. Turn it. Ready to go.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be all right. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home. The Calamity hit the Tazal terminals hardest of all. You know why Zolf went back there. All his old friends and family were there. Taken by the Calamity. Zolf must be there all alone. Just waiting.
The charge up speed thing actually isn't that much of an advantage because it loses time to aim.
You know what's funny? All of us are waiting for a kid. Look around. There's not much left to do here in the Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right? But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all
Oh,
this.
he's talking to Zia the whole time.
When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete. This disease the Earth planted here will go away. What happens to Zolf will no longer matter. Zealandia will be whole again. Everything will be back to normal. Everyone will be all right. Problem is,
Oh, the Silver Surfer.
we'll all be gone.
Zolf returned to the Tazal terminals with the shard to wait the fall of the Bastion.
Oh, we're not gonna die. It's more like all of this will just stop. Things will go back to the way they used to be. That's the power of the Bastion. This whole place is a living record of the times before the Calamity, the way things were before this story.
Hopscotch.
Good times, right?
Whoa.
You be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way.
Oh no.
Mistakes. Anyone you've ever hurt. Everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand?
Who's that, Zolf?
Well, I guess there's nothing more to say.
Oh no, this is Zolf. Or I'll challenge at least.
I'm not kidding. Look. There's something else. A confession. How come I know so much about the Bastion? Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point. There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time. You can't test it. You follow me? So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing? The answer is... I don't know.
Well, that's not an answer. Yes, other fan.
You're wondering if there ain't some other way out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
The battering ram.
The weight of the calamity. It's on our shoulders. We can't just let it go.
Huh?
Bastion does have another function, strictly speaking. If ever the monument blew out and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores,
Oh.
and we'd take off away from here.
Bastion's auxiliary function was designed to enable mass evacuation.
You know Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you? Zolf and the Ura, all they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to a lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia. He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he? He tried to warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid. For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either.
Zolf? Die, Zolf, die! A lame final battle. Oh.
One thing's for sure, the Ura can't be happy that the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
Oh no, they killed Zolf. Oh. Abandon Zolf's body and press forward with the battering ram. Zolf's situation is hopeless and distraction. His plan to avenge the Earl only brought more suffering. All that manages to distract. Big Zolf. Abandon the battering ram, pick up Zolf's body instead. Zolf is badly injured but breathing and appears to countrymen turn on him as a situation to do this. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet, alright, I'll take Zolf.
I can see it now. The kid in one corner, and Zolf in the other. Ain't much of a fight.
How am I even slower with Zolf than with the battering ram?
Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
Oh no, I'm just gonna die?
I'm coming home, sweet home. I see your star, you left it burning for me.
Oh no. Oh.
Mother, I'm here. Eyes open wide.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolf by now.
Feel your heart and it's glowing.
It reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days? Hey, kid. Get up, kid. Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up.
I said, get up.
That's more like it. Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk. The Bastion. It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see. Welcome to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this thing if you got any questions. Hey, kid.
What? What will it feel like when the Bastion fixes everything?
You can undo the calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you.
If you could go anywhere, would you go back or somewhere else?
Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
He never learned the whole truth, did he?
Zolf only brought more ruin to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him.
At the end of their careers, the marshals used to return badges to the city.
You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
The windbags, the beasts of the wild, the Ura, they fought so hard to stop this moment.
Don't let anything you've done get to you. You can save all those creatures here and now.
We made it.
Do you think this is going to work? What do you think I should do?
So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rex. I'd hate to be in your shoes.
You could go anywhere you wanted. Where would you go?
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
Don't people turn on it when his plan to destroy the Bastion failed?
Zolf tried to talk me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up.
What do I do? Let's restore a previous world state is irreversible. Use only as directed. This process will cause irreparable damage to the core. I feel like the good ending is the evacuation. Live with Zia.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead, you want to stay. In a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea. But carrying on with you here, we can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look in their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
Alright. I say, okay. That was great. I totally didn't expect to beat it in one sitting. It's pretty short. Logan Cunningham. It was good. It wasn't. I didn't like it as much as I remember. Like, Hades is a much better game, I think. Even Transistor, I think I like more. Yes. Never played Pyre. Someday. I do own it. I considered playing it instead of this, but I wanted to wait for Grim to be good. Yeah, it's a good game. I'm glad I played it. And now I need to think of something else to play for Friday. I keep choosing games that are like one-off. Let's skip it, apparently. Karen Fishman. Fairy tale, it's a fishman. That's enough there, WB staff. Enough of you. Just want to see what happens. Maybe this isn't skippable. least it's cool music. Plus mode unlocked. It's cool. Nice. Well, I beat a game. Thanks for hanging out, Alex KC. I'll be back on Friday, maybe to beat another game, since that seems to be what I do these days. Hopefully we'll see you there. Thanks so much for hanging out. Let's go!